Okay. Any questions that make you come up with a question when I made you actually write something down about it? There'll be another opportunity, midway through this class, to do another class, right? So if you missed out this first time, we'll do the second chance. We're going to pick up talking about water. We have a couple more things that we need to talk about water, and then we're going to go into chapter 3 and actually look at biological molecules. And water itself is not biological, but there's sure a lot of other molecules that are. We're going to look at them, and hopefully you're going to get an idea of how you actually recognize them when you see a drawing of these molecules, and we'll talk about what they're for too. So to start out with, I'm trying lots of things today. I'm probably going to overwhelm myself, but we'll see how it goes. I have a very skimpy PowerPoint that actually just has figures that I'm going to be referring to, except for the very first slide. And I'm going to have to come back and forth to change my slide. Okay. This is the only text slide on here. All the rest are figures. This is going to help me make sure I don't forget anything important. But also I wanted these figures, as we go through here, to be there in front of you, because I don't draw them nearly as well as the professionals who write these textbooks. And also, I'm going to have the ability to mark things up on this, usually, I did a minute ago, mark things up on the PowerPoint. So I can write on the PowerPoint slide using the smart board. This is the only board that I can write on though, so this one doesn't have that cool capability, but this one I'm going to use to project from your textbooks. Raise your hand if you still don't have a textbook. Okay, so maybe you two should probably talk to me after class. So everybody else is situated that way? So I'm going to show you where these figures are in the textbook, and in case I use a figure in the PowerPoint that's not quite the same as the textbook, I want you to be able to see that the information there is the same. So we're going to be looking both at your textbook and this PowerPoint. So a little that explanation of what we're doing. And those of you that notice I put a camera in the back, I'm videotaping me. It's not that fun, really. But what I'm trying to do is I am going to do a podcast. At least I'm going to try to do video podcasts of the hardcore lectures like today's. So if you're inclined, sit through lecture about 20 minutes into this, you're going to kind of start daydreaming about lunch or that other homework assignment you've got to do in an hour. You're not going to be listening to me in about 20 minutes. So you can go back to this video podcast and you can find that section of the lecture and say, oh, I can watch it again, and there that information will be. If that's the goal, it's probably going to take me about a week to really make it work, but we're going to try it out. Okay, now for the lecture. Again, talking about water, there is an aspect to water's polarity and ability to make hydrogen bonds that allows water to mix with things. So, and I just wrote it a slightly different way than I said it. Water is able to make hydrogen bonds because it's polar, and we say that it has polarity. And this allows it to mix with other things. And can you think of something that water mixes really well with? It mixes well with salt. Anything else? We have salt, and then we have sugar. So sugar is the other most common thing to think about, that things that mix well with water. Sugar is a polar molecule, just like water is. Salt, what kind of molecule is salt? Right, it's ionic. Salt is ionic. Turns out that ionic molecules and polar molecules are the kinds of molecules that mix well with water. And we say that these molecules, and here's where the word is up here, we say that these molecules are hydrophilic. So, really key vocabulary term. Hydrophilic refers to any substance that has an affinity for water. And I already have the hints up here. These kind of molecules are polar or unlike. Can you think of a type of molecule that doesn't mix well with water?